thank you for gracing us with your presence, Miss Boo. This is, if you didn't know, this is whoopX2. If everybody's tuning in, this is Gangsta Boo. Hey, she's legendary. Look her up. If you don't know, now you know. You ain't know. Anyway, we just got to get into this, but I know that you were on the new R2J album. I know that R2J ended up dropping it early and giving it free to a lot of people. It's free because all the stuff going on now. I know we're starting off with a heavy question, but like with everything going on in the world right now, how do you yourself, being a strong black woman, feel about this movement and how fast everything is moving right now with this?
I'm just here for all positive things. I feel like justice should be served, and I'm just glad everybody is aware now and just got to keep moving forward.
All right.
I feel good about it though. Unfortunately, a bad thing happened, but the outcome so far, we'll just have to wait and see. But I appreciate how the world joined hands for a much needed breakthrough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, right now, it's a protest outside of office of LA District Attorney.
Yeah, my dad is, in his 70s, so he's an older white guy, and he feels that, the police department, needs a change. I mean, just look at some of the things. You get people that get into that line of work with maybe the wrong attitude. He says it used to be police would be in your neighborhood. They knew everybody's names. They got along with people. And if they'd arrest somebody, they'd be like, hey, you did wrong. We're going to come arrest you. And, they was like, hey, John, we're going to come arrest you. Or, hey, Don, we're going to come arrest you. And where they knew everybody, a lot of this didn't happen. If they were more personable, dressed in light outfits, white shirts instead of trying to be all black, SWAT outfits, thinking all of them are badasses, that might change their attitude. If they're all in black and trying to hide their faces and trying to be, shady about stuff, well then of course we're gonna all be on guard. I'm a middle-aged white guy, and I drive with my wallet in my center console too because I have long hair, I have tattoos, I always have like a lowrider or my base up or something. So even though I may not be, black, there's a certain persona that they don't know about me. If I have a gun, if I have, anything else, till they run, So, we do definitely need a change, and with all these protests, hopefully, positive things come out of it. So, I have a question with, Run the Jewels, everything, being in the top spots and all that. Hopefully top spots, whether top 20 or top 10 this week. I haven't seen all the numbers. Did you work with them or, with this virus and everything, or did you just have to phone in stuff this time? Or did you work with them last time in person?
Could you be specific with your question? I don't know what you're trying to ask me. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, so with LP and Mike, did you actually go into a studio with them
Killer
this
Mike?
time? Killer Mike, right? Sorry.
Yeah, we did that. We did that in 2019.
Okay, you did in 2019. Okay.
Just for anybody that doesn't know, who were some of your influences musically growing up? Before you actually got into the game of rapping yourself.
Just like, just a lot of people, female rap, Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, Brad, Foxy, Kim, Marvin Gaye, David Ruffin, Biggie, Mace, all those type of people. Master P, I had all kind of influences.
There's a lot of people that don't, put female rappers, say that they don't have, skill or can't compare to male rappers, but I was listening to MC Light and all these, people growing up and stuff like that. Females can do the exact same, stuff that males can do. I'm like, hey, you was tearing shit up back in the day, dude. You still do. What was it like being on a record with Eminem? Or did you
that was fun.
Okay. Did you gain more like streams and followers and stuff from that? Was it?
I would definitely say like more Eminem fans and stuff. You know, he got what they call him. Damn, not Shady. I think they call him Team Shady. I think that's what they call him. I forgot, but yeah, definitely. That was so long ago though. That was like hella long ago. But when I did, I definitely got a whole bunch of you know, Team Shady followers and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. That's like one of my a highlight of my career, to be honest. Well, one of my highlights as far as being on the record with him. And we wasn't together when we did it. I did my verse first, and then when the album came out, I heard he was on it.
All right.
It was really fun though.
So who was your favorite collab or guest star that you did? Was it with him, or was somebody that you knew you were going to go with?
OutKast, one of my favorites, and just honestly, whenever I work with Paula Juicy, but definitely OutKast is one of my most favorites of all time. Because the reason I know that and can say that with confidence, because I always say that when I look at my plaque, I be like, man, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite accomplishments of all time.
Cool.
So that's like that.
If y'all don't know what song that is, that's Call Before You Come.
The song is called I'll Call Before I Come, and it was on Stankonia.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Hell yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
who are some artists that you haven't collaborated with at all that you'd like to collaborate with? And who are some artists that you'd like to collaborate again that you collaborated with in the past?
That's a good question. Would definitely love to work with OutKast again. There's somebody that I want to work with. I would love to see what me and Timbaland can come up with in the studio, like me, Timbaland, and Missy. I would love for them to actually write and produce. And I would love to do one with Lil' Kim for the culture. I would love to actually work with, like, man, that's a bunch of dead ones, really. Like, I wish I could work with Marvin Gaye and Tupac, but on the living surface, I would love to work with Coldplay, Maroon 5, just man, so many people, Bruno Mars.
Speaking, I want to get into I know you want to speak about music, but like people that don't know, like, you know, the roots and stuff with Memphis, what are some of your favorite Memphis-style barbecue sauce or restaurants that you like to go to or anything?
Man, let's see. Man, I just like any type of soul food. Really, to be honest, I just be eating at the house, like, because my mama didn't be cooking so much. But any place on Beale Street, you know, we got Beale Street, or New Orleans got Bourbon Street. So I would say that just with confidence too. Anything on Beale Street is gonna be good as hell. Anything. Oh, it's a place called Blue City Cafe. I love. Blue City Cafe, one of my favorites. And there's Central Barbecue too.
I'm gonna have to go
They got
there.
one downtown. They got one on tip of my tongue. You just Google it. Google Central.
Okay,
Barbecue.
I will. I want to eat what Boo eats at. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? He's funny.
You got another question down there? You want to keep going?
If there was one thing about your career that you could change or maybe improve, what would that be?
Be more patient. I wouldn't change anything. So I would improve on being more patient and just looking at the bigger picture and not thinking with my emotions. That's probably about it. That's the best advice I would give. Don't think with your emotions. Think rationally and think ahead. In other words, like with the Boo in 5 years do this, you know what I mean? Or with the, you know what I mean? I always gotta like think ahead and plan for the future.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that I would change. I would just advance more. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. I love my career.
All right.
You know, practice patience and not thinking with emotions. And that's, you know, me being a woman, that's gonna be kind of difficult. But you know what I'm saying? Because that's us right now. We some emotional, fucking impatient creatures.
Excuse me. Are you coming out with any new projects in the future or soonish? full albums, EPs, anything?
I'm working on a project called The Blueprint. I'm not sure when this will come out. It's really not dated or nothing. COVID threw me off a little bit, threw me out of my work process, threw me out of my work process. COVID threw me off, so I haven't been recording as much as I used to, as I was on it, but I'm getting back in the studio to go hard on it in a minute.
I know I watched the interview. It was, I don't know how long ago it was. Seen it, or I don't know the name of it or anything. Did you ever come out with that book you were working on?
Nah, I have not. There's so much shit I gotta do. I ain't did that yet either.
All right. Well, hopefully.
But it will. No, it will eventually. It is. It's just like I said. I had a plan, and I still have a plan. But it was like the blueprint, and we was gonna do the 3 6 Mafia tour. You know what I'm saying? So, or either the tour, then the blueprint. It's like the COVID came, and that shit just kind of shut everything down, and people had to rethink and strategize differently. You know what I mean? So now that things are opening back up and have opened back up in a lot of places, my brain is opening back up, and I got to shake off this quarantine spirit because shit, I've been in quarantine for like 3 months. So now that that's over with, I'm excited to get back to the studio and record and get back to my blueprint shit. Once I get back on the blueprint shit, everything else will pretty much fall into play because I'm going to be back in my normal routine. And yeah, I'm excited. The book is definitely going to eventually come out. And also, I feel like my story isn't done yet, so it's going to be like a little mini biography. So I still have a lot to say and a lot to teach and a lot to learn. So the biography is going to be pretty much, not even, I shouldn't say a biography, but more like a do's and don'ts. More like kind of like teaching people what I learned, whether it's in music business or the things I studied in psychology or the things life coach tips and stuff like that. So I'm just taking a bunch of life experiences that I've learned as an adult woman, as a younger girl, previous experiences, new experiences, and all that, and just wrapping it up into one and kind of formulating a life coach formula to help people out and deal with their everyday struggles in life. 1 as a woman, 2 as a black woman. 3 go back to 1, a woman just in general, because pretty much we're all the same. We just I call it same shit, different story.
All right. We got just one more to is.
Insane Clown Posse did an album with old 3 6 Mafia when you were still with them.
Right. Mafia 6.
Yeah. So whenever some members of 3 6 were approached by Insane Clown Posse, were you approached as well to join Killjoy Club, or were you not approached?
No, I wasn't. I don't think I was approached. Now when I was going through transitions, and so were they. So no, that was just a guy thing. So they handled that on their own.
Yeah, because I know like it was a weird little mix of psychopathic records in some of them, and I just didn't know if a lot more people were approached that turned it down or.
Okay. Yeah, no, I never got a chance to hear it though, but I'm sure it's jamming on it. Everybody got a cult following, so shit, shout out to them. Nah, I wasn't approached.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this part here is just real quick, and it's more or less, hey, if this was on the Tinder profile, how would you answer? So, what are your biggest turn-ons and turn-offs?
What? I don't like to hear people chew, and my turn-on is getting money. Thank you guys.
Oh my
y'all
God.
take care of everything. Y'all hope y'all get everything y'all needed. And
All right.
And shit, like let me know when everything drops, and much power and love to you guys on your business format, and fucking quit being all nervous and shit. I won't bite.
All right, thank you so
That's
much.
about it, but much love.
All right.
Much love to y'all.
Okay.
Much love to you.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.